Okay, so now hello. Uh, the next compound of group 16. Okay, so moving to the third part of group 16, that is sulfur dioxide. Already you know how to prepare the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur heated with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide, or any sulfite anion, that is sodium sulfite, treated with any acid to liberate SO2, which you have done in the lab even also, where any sulfite ion when reacts with acid like sulfuric acid to liberate SO2 and water and the product which you get it. So this is the preparation of sulfur dioxide. Now what are the properties of sulfur dioxides? Chemical property we can discuss. Sulfur dioxide is highly soluble in water to form sulfurous acid. Sulfur dioxide also reacts with base or salt to form, as for example, you can see NaOH to form sodium sulfite and water, and excess of sulfur dioxide when passed through this sodium sulfite solution to form sodium bisulfite. And these two also, sulfur dioxide reacts with chlorine to form sulfuryl chloride, oxygen to form sulfur trioxide in the presence of catalyst. Sulfur dioxide is a good reducing agent, so it can easily oxidize into sulfate anion. How you can prove through the reaction that sulfur dioxide is a good reducing agent? Very easily you can learn it also. Sulfur dioxide treated with Fe3 plus ion. What do you mean by reducing agent? Which oxidizes. So it self oxidizes into sulfate anion and Fe3 plus reduce into 2 plus. Okay, I'm writing over here. What happens? Fe3 plus reacts with sulfur dioxide gas. Simply you can write Fe3 plus get reduced into Fe2 plus and sulfur dioxide get oxidized into sulfate anion, and this reaction occur in acidic medium, and then you can balance it through redox reaction method. Even one more example, you can also write sulfur dioxide is a good reducing agent treated with KMnO4. MnO4, sulfur dioxide is itself always oxidizes into sulfate and water byproduct form, but all of you know KMnO4 in acidic medium reduce into what? Mn2 plus. So these two reactions prove that SO2 is good reducing agent. What is the structure of sulfur dioxide? Angular shape. So again, when you draw the structure, there is a partial double bond character. So both bonds are equal. Now oxoacids of sulfur. What are the oxoacids of sulfur? Sulfuric acid. How to draw the structure? You can draw the structure in tetrahedral manner. Sulfuric acid, 2 double bond and 2 OH. This is sulfuric acid. In case of sulfurous acid, one oxygen is less, or we can say that this sulfur double bond OH, OH, and here one lone pair. So these are the structure of all oxo acids of sulfuric acid. This is peroxo monosulfuric acid, peroxo disulfuric acid. This is oleum. Okay, how to draw this peroxo monosulfuric acid? What is the structure of sulfuric acid? This is sulfuric acid. But in peroxo, you can write two oxygen directly. Okay, like this. Okay, in this is this structure. Okay, how to draw the oleum? Oleum is a dehydrated from the sulfuric acid, like this. OH, again you can draw OH, double bond O, and these two sulfurs are bonded with oxygen. So this is oleum. Okay, and in peroxo disulfuric acid, only you can change over there. Instead of one oxygen, you can write two oxygen, because it is peroxo. Peroxo means two oxygens are directly linked with single bond. Now the question is how the sulfuric acid, very, very important compound of the sulfur, that is sulfuric acid, how the sulfuric acid manufactured. Sulfuric acid manufactured by contact process. So now the method of preparation of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid prepared by contact process. What is contact process? By contact process, we can prepare sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid prepared by this method in 4 steps. First step, sulfur reacts with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Second step, sulfur dioxide again further oxidized, reacts with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. And this sulfur trioxide further absorbed by sulfuric acid to form oleum. And fourth, this oleum reacts with water to form sulfuric acid, which is 96 to 98%. Again, I'm repeating. What is the first step? First step, sulfur reacts with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. What is the second step? This sulfur dioxide further reacts with oxygen in the presence of vanadium pentoxide catalyst to form sulfur trioxide. Now this sulfur trioxide further reacts with sulfuric acid, or we can say absorbed by sulfuric acid to form oleum. And now fourth, this oleum further hydrolyzed. This oleum reacts with water to form sulfuric acid, which is 96 to 98%. Simply you can remember all these 4 steps for formation of sulfuric acid. No need to read or learn this structure, this drawing, it's not required. Okay, this is just like a flow diagram. Now, the properties of sulfuric acid. All of you know what are the chemical properties of sulfuric acid. First chemical property is it is low volatile. Okay, sulfuric acid is non-fuming acid. And due to non-fuming acid, or we can say due to low volatility, any fuming acid can be prepared using sulfuric acid. And this is the reason for anion test also we use sulfuric acid. Most of the qualitative and quantitative tests done by using sulfuric acid, not HCl, not HNO3, because they are fuming acid. Okay, so due to low volatility, all the fuming acid like HCl, HNO3 can be prepared using sulfuric acid. You can see any metal halide, that suppose NaCl, when we take NaCl, when NaCl react with sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid to form what? NaHSO4 plus release HCl gas, which is fuming, which gives fumes, means fuming acid. Similarly, nitric acid also prepared by treating sodium nitrate with concentrated sulfuric acid. NNO3 reacts with sulfuric acid to give HNO3, which is also fuming acids. So first property is low volatility, and by this reason, the all fuming gas can be prepared. Fuming acids can be prepared. Second, all of you know okay, the name sulfuric acid. So it is acidic in nature and it is strong acid. And how many acidities there? Two. There is a 2H plus remove, and hence it is called dibasic acid. Okay, when first H plus remove from here, the dissociation constant is K1 and form HSO4 minus. In second HSO4 minus, the second H plus release, so it is called K2, dissociation constant 2. Always the dissociation constant 1 is greater than dissociation constant 2, because the first H plus release from neutral while the second H plus release from anion, and hence negatively charged, and H plus release, there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction. So first case there is a no problem, but second H plus removal is quite difficult due to electrostatic force of attraction between negative charge and positive charge. And this is the reason the second K2 value is very less amount of H plus released. Now, the third property is strong affinity for water, means it is good dehydrating agent. This experiment you can see anywhere when you take cane sugar, that is sugar which we use in daily life, and add concentrated sulfuric acid. You see immediately your white sugar convert into black. Why? because this sulfuric acid are absorbing all water molecule. It is dehydrating all water molecule. So when all water molecule remove from the sugar, what is left? Only carbon. And what is the color of carbon? Black. And that is called char. The next property is strong oxidizing agent. Sulfuric acid is a very strong oxidizing agent, so it can react with any non-metal or metal to form SO2 gas and water. These two are the common. In case of non-metal, it forms oxides. In case of metal, it forms salt. So what happens when copper reacts with sulfuric acid to form copper sulfate and release SO2 gas and water? What happens when carbon reacts with sulfuric acid, SO2 and water? That is common, but non-metal form non-metallic oxide, that is CO2. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. So next class we'll discuss the next family. Thank you so much.